Tariq Williams has been out for several weeks with a foot injury, but he's back starting at left tackle for the Bologna State offense. He looks a little lost out there from not having played for a few weeks, but he should give the team a lift offensively just being back in the lineup. It's now only Caleb Jackson, their star running back, who remains on the injury report heading into the most pivotal time of the season. Welcome back to the Rigatoni recipe, a college football dynasty played on Heisman difficulty from a former coach's perspective, using the worst team possible. Bologna State began last season as a cupcake roster, and this season they sit at a 65 overall. Head coach Giovanni Rigatoni won Coach of the Year in his first season, and he has this team just 2 games away from a conference championship and potentially a playoff spot. They'll need to be perfect in the final 2 games of the season in order to pull it off. If you've been around this channel before, this video will look slightly different than the others, since the strategy will be generally the same as what we've done in the previous weeks. This week only, we're going to skip that section and we'll be doing a 2-for-1 on games as Bologna State plays North Texas first, then Florida Atlantic in the second half of the video to attempt to earn a conference championship berth and a shot at the playoffs. So smash that like button to go 2-0 today, hit subscribe if you're ready to see this cupcake roster play in a championship game, or leave a comment letting me know what your favorite type of cheese is to confuse the YouTube algorithm into thinking this video is about Italian food. Let's get into it. So here we go. A lot of people don't know this, but Bologna State and North Texas are actually rivals. And the reason they're rivals is because Coach Rigatoni was an offensive line coach there for 3 seasons. And when the head coaching job opened up, he wanted to install a more pro-style offense, and the athletic director laughed at him and said, a pro-style offense will never work here. So they went their separate ways. North Texas is a pretty good team. They run a 3-3-5, which is similar to us, so we know exactly how we want to attack it, and that is the edge of the defense with lots of bodies at the point of attack, like this play to Cameron Teague. Let's go. You can see here too, we're going to use motion with Page to come across, give us a trips formation. We just feel like because the balance of a 3-3-5 should be met with unbalanced formations offensively, so we could gain a numbers advantage, especially on the edge of the defense, like here with Bo Jackson spinning past 2 defenders. We are loose early in this ball game, and then first and goal, you guessed it, stretch running play, Cameron Teague. Very heavy dose of stretch coming this game. Coach Rigatoni, pretty happy to see it. So now it's North Texas's turn, and their junior quarterback, Evan Bullock, their head coach, Eric Morris, their spread passing game. Bologna State's going to base out of their 3-3-5 cover 3 drop this game. However, the very first play of the game, North Texas gave a 2-by-1 receiver look, so Bologna State was comfortable bringing some pressure there. Good stop on a stick pass on 2nd and long, and then 3rd and 7. They try to throw the screen to the outside. Bologna State is there. Very quick 3-and-out for North Texas. So Bologna State's next drive, again, going stretch, using motion to try to get bodies at the point of attack. They did a nice job bottling it up there. Then 2nd down, they run the same thing, and again, Bo Jackson, solid yardage there. 3rd and 7, you're probably wondering why would they run the ball here, but there was always a plan to go for it. They were trying to make it a little bit shorter on 4th and 5, and then zings it. David DePaul able to hit him on the sideline for a 1st and 10. And then on 1st down, it's right back to the well. We said a very heavy dose of stretch coming this game. Bo Jackson, get ready to get warmed up. But just when you think we've ran it enough, here comes power. And now we've got 3 tight ends on one side of the formation with Power G. Teague not able to get the edge there. And then on 2nd and goal, they actually didn't cover the receiver at all in this situation. We still don't care. We're still running stretch. It's 14-0 Bologna State. So before this game completely unravels on North Texas, Evan Bullock's got to make a little bit of a rally here. 1st down, they get half of it. And then 2nd and 5, does a nice job swinging this out of the backfield, so they get a 1st down. 1st and 10, running back does a heck of a job tightrope in the sideline. And then nice little spin move, so they're getting some yardage. Then 1st and 10, looking for a play action fake. Tight end breaks a tackle, makes a guy miss. All of a sudden, North Texas is on the move. So 1st and 10, Bullock, 4 verticals, covered well by Bologna State. He dumps it off to the back. He's able to get a nice chunk of yardage there for another 1st down. 1st and 10, smash concept to Landon Size. He's able to get 8 yards. 2nd and 2, steps up in the pocket, perfectly hits the post route, and North Texas stays alive to go 14-7. So Bologna State's next drive out, they go motion again, this time fake the run, throw it to Javon Moore in the flats. He's able to get a nice chunk using a formation here that they've barely put on film, and they haven't run this play at all season to get Taylor Harris out for a first down. Then again, 1st and 10, using that motion, using that stretch, finding the edge. Bo Jackson got the spin move this week. Play action, David DePaul rolling out, looking for Scooter Page. Oh no! He throws an interception at a crucial time. It felt like Bologna State was about to go up big, but all of a sudden, do we have a game? North Texas with the ball back, throws it to the sideline. He's able to get 8 yards. 2nd and 2, they do still want to run this in the first quarter, and almost got a sack, but he throws it away. 3rd and 2, first quarter still alive. Looking for an underneath concept. No, he throws the curl, and he's able to get the first down. So 1st and 10, putting a little drive together. North Texas goes with the motion. They're able to hit the back out of the backfield for a solid chunk. Then 1st and 10, Bullock throws it to the sideline to the tight end. He's able to get 8 yards. 2nd and 2, Bullock, inside run. Another first down for North Texas. They're moving the ball. Another inside run. They're able to get a huge chunk. They run the same play again, and they get it down to the inch line. And then 2nd and goal, they run the jet sweep, and they are in. So what looked like this was going to be a runaway, 14-0 Bologna State, this game is now tied. So Bologna State on their next drive out, David DePaul coming out slinging. They run the RPO though, and he's not able to get much, so it's 3rd and 3. They go outside, and it's Jackson once again. He's been so good, especially in the second half of the season. Jackson on the edge this time around, not finding yardage. You can see North Texas kind of adjusting to this stretch play. 2nd and 10, they go to Taylor Harris out in the flat. He's able to get a first down. And then 1st and 10, looking for Taylor Harris again. They thought there would be a matchup with Harris against the linebackers. He's just got so much speed as a freshman. He's done a great job for this team. And then 1st and 10, looking for the inside run. Jackson just gets a couple. 2nd and 8. Lots of pressure there, but they go to Taylor Harris, and he is able to get a touchdown. So it's 21-14 again, Bologna State. North Texas with their next drive out. And look, these two teams hate each other. They're not going to make this easy. I don't care how good North Texas has been this season. 7-3 team, they're no slouch, right? But they're not going to make this easy on Bologna State. I understand that they're at home. I understand there's a lot of adversity. However, Bologna State does get a huge stop there on 3rd and 7 to get them off the field. So their next drive out, they're going back to that running game. They get it down to a 3rd and 1. It's Teague. He tries to get the edge. This guy makes an unbelievable play to control the edge of the defense all by himself. That could have easily been a touchdown. So it's 1st and 10 again for North Texas, and they're trying to find yardage. 2nd and 5, throws it underneath to Landon Sides. They're able to get a first down. So looking down the field, again, great patience in the pocket there by Evan Bullock to find the open receiver down the field. 1st and 10, throws underneath. It's Landon Sides again, another 6 yards. It's that East Carolina efficiency. Their Sides again. He gets it into the end zone, so it's 21-21. Bologna State cannot afford to slip up against North Texas here. Everything they've worked for all last season, all this season, hanging in the balance. 2nd and 3, throws it across the middle. It's incomplete. 3rd and 3, looking for the stretch play. It's Bo Jackson. Can we just get out alive?
The 45. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, he's got some space. Finds the finish line for the touchdown.
22 seconds and 2 timeouts for North Texas to close the half. Do they have any life in them here? Not an easy drive by any stretch. Inside run on 2nd down, so you think they're giving up, but they hurry to the line on 3rd down and do this.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back.
2 massive plays to close the first half for Bologna State to give them a 35-21 lead. To open the second half, Bologna State is doing something on defense that they have really not done all season, and that is playing man coverage. They're going with 2-man under to start the second half. They just felt like the 3-man drop was not effective to slow down this North Texas offense, so they gotta find something in the bag that's gonna work, and I don't know if man is gonna be it, to be honest with you. I don't think we have the players to be able to run this effectively. effectively, but Coach Rigatoni and defensive coordinator Nate Faines, there's been tension all season. He's going to finally give Nate Faines the opportunity to run the defense the way he wants to in this half. The man coverage not working super effectively in this drive. North Texas able to get right down the field. A QB sneak punches it in for a touchdown. 35-28. They're not going away yet, are they? Bologna State's first drive out. Would it surprise anyone that they went with a stretch play? Although we did go stretch to the weak side there, so that did catch North Texas off guard. Get a stop on second down, then 3rd and 1. You know it's coming. Hulk, Cameron Teague, get us a first down. 1st and 10 for Bologna State. They're going to run it again. Nope. Play action fake. Quick to the flat to Bo Jackson. Then they go power GO concept to the weak side, catching them off guard with that play. 2nd and 4, looking inside. Not there. North Texas does a nice job bottling that up. And then 3rd and 5, trying to run a jet sweep and not able to get the edge on that. 4th and 2, they decide to go for it. Cameron Teague. You know he's good for it from 2 yards out. However, Taylor Harris gets hurt, which is not good for them. And then on 1st down, they try to run the ball to Bo Jackson, and he gets hurt, which is not good for them. So what do you do in that situation? You just simply turn around and give the ball to Cameron Teague.
Got some room headed to the goal line.
So Coach Rigatoni and defensive coordinator Nate Faines had a conversation on the sideline and just said, look, I understand we want to get out of our cover 3 drop. I don't think we can play 2-man. Can we compromise and play cover 4 quarters? So that's what the team decided to run this series. 3rd and 4, looking for the tight end. Unbelievable catch in traffic to keep the drive alive. 1st and 10, they're getting another 10 yards to get it down to 2nd and inches. Again, Bullock just did such a great job feeling the pressure. He understood the 3-man rush and where to go with the ball. Not a lot of yards there on 1st down, so 2nd and 9 they're looking underneath, and again Bologna State is there to bottle it up. 3rd and 6, looking for a throw on the sideline for the out route, and it's not there. They punt the ball, and of course they landed on the 1-inch line, but that would only be a problem if your team does not have Cameron Teague, who quickly gets us off the end zone. Not able to get a lot of yards on 2nd down, but then 3rd down, look at this, just throwing North Texas defenders off of him. Get away from me. The guy is an absolute savage. 1st and 10, looking for the stretch run. Teague gets another 10 yards. 1st and 10, looking for the stretch run. Teague finds some yards on the inside. 2nd and 5, Teague. Just keep feeding the man. And then on 1st and 10, you give him a blow to who? It's Ty Hardy, the 3rd running back. Also one of the better players on the team, believe it or not, and the 3rd quarter is over. 4th quarter started off with Teague. No, it's actually a tight end leak route that they hadn't run all season, and then it's Teague trying to get it in on 1st and goal. He's not able to get there, so Teague on 2nd and goal. He's not able to get there. 3rd and goal, they're going to try to throw for it. DePaul looking and cannot find a guy. They get sacked by a guy with the last name of President, and then the kicker, the freshman, Estandia, shanks it. So somehow Bologna State comes out of that drive with nothing. Just over 8 minutes to go. North Texas with an opportunity to respond. 1st down, they're not going anywhere. 2nd down, they're not going anywhere. 3rd down, they try to run the ball. I'm not sure what's going on there, but a very quick and timely 3 and out. So Bologna State now going to feature a little bit of Ty Hardy. We mentioned that he's actually one of their better players. He has a 79 overall. Unfortunately, though, not able to do much offensively either, so they're punting back to North Texas. Very scary moment for Bologna State fans on the next drive. Cade Bloom gets injured twice on the same play. You can see his leg just completely twisted in the wrong direction. Very, very scary to see. So the team tries to rally. I mean, I don't know how you can really mentally turn it around when you see one of your boys get hurt twice in one play, but they're able to get a stop there on 1st down, and then 2nd and 8, just these little underneath routes. North Texas just finding ways to be efficient. Try to get the 1st down there. I really didn't think he got it, but they're going to call it a 1st down. Throw it to the running back out of the backfield. 2nd and 7 now, looking for a screen pass. They're able to get decent yardage to set them up. 3rd and 3. Here's an opportunity to get off the field. Bologna State looks to have covered it well. They go to deep shot down the field, and he's not able to make the catch. North Texas is going to go for it, and Bologna State is there to get the stop. Not today. Bologna State's next drive out, can they put the dagger in? Ty Hardy looking for a stretch run, only getting a yard. 2nd and 9, they go back to Ty Hardy, only getting a little bit. They're trying to kill the clock here as well. 3rd and 6. Underneath the Scooter Page, he's able to get the first down, so nice job there. Back to Ty Hardy on the inside running game, not finding a lot. Again, 2nd and 9. Utilizing the motion here, killing some clock. Ty Hardy again, able to get a small gain. North Texas takes a timeout, and then 3rd down, not able to get it. North Texas takes another timeout. Bologna State going to go for it. They use the motion. They think North Texas is going to play the bench, so they run the pivot. North Texas didn't care, but somehow Bologna State is off the field. Just can't put them away. So North Texas really just running out of time here. They try to hit a route up the sideline. Quarterback overshoots him a little bit. 2nd and 10, trying to pick on the crosser, and that's just really not there. And Cade Bloom gets injured again. Man, just stay off the field. Try to hit the follow route. Not there. Bologna State just locking everything down. And then 4th and 10, this guy put everything he had into this throw. Almost 70 yards in the air, but it's Noah Collins Jr. who's able to make the interception. So this Bologna State team is getting turnovers late in the season. However, there was a flag on the play, pass interference on the offense. Nice. You'd think Bologna State would just run out the clock here, but the bad blood between Coach Rigatoni and the athletic director of North Texas does run deep. So they do come out throwing. They run it inside with Teague, and then 3rd and 5, Teague. And you better believe Coach Rigatoni let his team know how he feels about this North Texas team. He wants to beat them up. And did I mention it yet that 4th stringer Ty Hardy is a baller?
You have to be able to run.
Gashing the D on the right. They had to have
So that's 1 down and 1 more to go to keep the playoff hopes alive. But because this was a home game, some very important things happened on the recruiting side. Ed Muamba, the 4-star from Ashtown, Arkansas, committed. Marquise Hennessy, also on the same visit, committed. Hakeem Agwegbunan, same visit, committed. And our boy Eric Cheeseman, same visit, committed. Finally, Bologna State is getting some commitments to build the future of this team. So here comes part 2 of our doubleheader, and this is against Florida Atlantic. So surely this game will be simple, right? Well, if you've ever played this game on Heisman difficulty, you know that this will not be an easy game, and this quarterback is going to play like Peyton Manning. Another aspect of this game is that Coach Rigatoni made the decision to sit several starters. The reason he did this is not to throw the game. This is a very crucial game for Bologna State down the stretch, but he wants to make sure that his players stay healthy. The wear and tear of the long season has really worn down a lot of their key players, and you're seeing Taylor Harris and Bo Jackson and guys just getting hurt every week with little nicks and cuts. He can't afford to let that be a bigger injury, especially in the conference championships and the playoffs. So taking a huge gamble going into this game, resting a lot of players, but 100% playing to win the game. And as you can see on the first drive for Florida Atlantic, it is playing a factor. Like, they're moving the ball down the field. They're getting first downs when they need to. They're trying to run the ball inside and doing some good things, and they're moving the ball down the field. It's the same old song and dance. Bologna State is just having a difficult time defending these spread passing attacks. You've seen it all season, and just the depth of the team, especially in the secondary. They have really no pass rush. They don't have great linebacker play. It's just constantly been a thorn in their side all season. 2nd and 11, play action fake. They throw it out to the sideline. That's really not there. So 3rd and 12. Quarterback has to throw it out of the back of the goal line, and then they kick a field goal to go up 3-0. Not an ideal start for Bologna State, not a terrible start, so there's still a lot of football left to play here. So it's Ty Hardy. You saw a little bit of him last week, and we thought he's pretty good, right? Not a bad way to start our offensive series. So 1st and 10 again for Florida Atlantic. They try to run the ball on the inside, gain 4 yards. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback throws a dot on the curl route, able to make the catch over Holland. That's a nice catch by the receiver, contested catch. 1st and 10, they look for the inside running game. They gain 3 yards. 2nd and 7, fake the screen one way and throw the screen back the other way. I really like this play design, actually, but wasn't able to make the catch. And then 3rd and 7, looking for the mesh concept, just wasn't there. Florida Atlantic is off the field. It's back to Bologna State. They go inside with a trap play to Ty Hardy. They try to run outside to Ty Hardy, and then it's 3rd and 4. It's your boy, Giovanni Javon Moore. He's starting to make some plays in this offense now. He had a kick return a couple of weeks ago. He's making some decent plays. He might be somebody we can feature a little bit later in the season. 2nd and 11, not getting a lot of yards. 3rd and 13, trying to chuck it deep to Ty Hardy. How do you not make this catch? Great job and great throw, just not able to execute and finish the play. So we got a game here, folks. Let's not count Florida Atlantic out here just yet. 2 minutes to go still in the first quarter. Just a 7-3 game. They've had some stops already on Bologna State. Been moving the ball decently well offensively. You can see here 3rd and 3. He finds the curl and is able to keep the drive going. 1st down, they throw it underneath. They're able to get some yardage. 2nd down, again, just feeling the pocket really well. It just seems like teams always are able to make those contested catches against us. I wonder what's causing that to happen, right? Is it just that they're that good, or is it something else? Who knows? 2nd and 2, they get a stop in the backfield, which is nice. Force a 3rd and 6. Look on the sideline, and he can't make that contested catch, so nice job there defensively to get off the field. 1st down, huge penetration by Florida Atlantic there to get in the backfield. So 2nd down, trying to find the play action fake. Ty Hardy hit him out in the backfield. Another nice gain for Bologna State. Inside run to Ty Hardy. He's able to get a decent chunk on 1st down to get us to a 2nd and 5. And then we're looking underneath. It's Javon Moore again. He's becoming something in this offense. You got to keep looking for him. And then the next play, we go right back to him. He's able to make another nice contested catch. 2nd and 1, they go back to Ty Hardy. Not able to get there. So what do you do on 3rd and inches? Of course, you feature your 5th running back. What else would you do?
Go to that play that you know is your short yard.
Got some room, headed to the goal line.
So Florida Atlantic with the ball again, 14-3. They go with the running play to try to get the drive started. They're able to get 5 yards out of it, so not a bad start. 2nd and 5, looking for the mesh concept. Bologna State covers it well, but the quarterback's able to find the 2nd read and hit the curl route. So 1st and 10. Throws it away, pretty sure that's intentional grounding, but the refs are not interested in throwing the flag there, so not sure what you can say about that. 2nd and 10, you would call this a coverage sack for sure. Nobody open down the field, and then on 3rd down, quarterback looking, and again gets sacked. So Bologna State done a great job covering down the field there. 1st down for Bologna State, they're able to find Peaks on a whip route, and then they're going back to Ty Hardy on 2nd and 1. He's able to get a nice chunk. 1st and 10, back to Ty Hardy coming out of the backfield. Again, this guy's a freak. He's been absolutely great, but then he gets hurt. The one thing that Coach Rigatoni was trying to prevent ends up happening to the backup, so go figure. By the way, for those of you at home scrambling to look at your Bologna State roster and figure out who is this number 5 running back who has 2 touchdowns already today, it's Tavion Grant, the redshirt freshman from Providence, Rhode Island, who has come in to give Ty Hardy a blow. Anyway, back on defense, deep ball over Noah Collins, right?
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Bologna State, a little sloppy on their first play there, actually getting a delay of game penalty, so you don't like to see that on the first play out. Then on 1st and 15, they're going to Peaks with a jet sweep. He's able to get decent yardage. And then we got to go with Tavion Grant. He's the guy who's in the game. He's got to make plays for us. Then on 3rd down, Bologna State looking for a receiver on the side and just can't get enough to get a 1st down, so they're off the field pretty quickly there. So it's 1st and 10, 2 minutes to go. Florida Atlantic with maybe an opportunity to close this gap. They're able to get decent yardage on 1st down. 2nd and 2, unbelievable contested catch. It's like I said earlier, they're just so good at making contested catches. And then 1st and 10, he's looking way down the field on Noah Collins. And again, our boy is there to clear that deep route. He's been doing a good job of that. And then as soon as I say he's been doing a good job of it, he gets shredded on the deep post route, which is the vacancy of this cover 4. It's what can you do? So 1st and 10, they're looking for the bubble screen. The defense covers it decently well, but he still gets 4 yards. 2nd and 6, motion, trying to hit somebody, but able to get another sack, so that 3-man rush has been effective. 3rd and 10, they're looking for rollout smash. They hit him on the sideline, and it's 1st and goal from the 2. They try to power it in, and they're able to score. So Florida Atlantic is able to get a touchdown there. But then it's Javon Moore. This guy has been sneaky good late in the season, and he makes another really good kick return to put Bologna State in a good position. Then on 1st and 10, David DePaul throws a dot to Javon Moore. But Florida Atlantic challenges, and they win the challenge. They say he wasn't in bounds. David DePaul looking to try to throw it down the sideline. He gets hit as he throws. They throw underneath here to Peaks. He's able to get 10 yards. Timeout, timeout, timeout. We rush the field goal team on, and Estandi is able to get a field goal before the end of the half. 24-10 Bologna State. They get the ball to start the second half. They go with the running play. Tavion Grant not able to get a lot. Then it's Peaks. Again, this jet sweep. They're coming alive with a few plays to their receivers late in the season to get them involved. Tavion Grant trying to get some running yards. He's not really effective there. 2nd and 8, though, the trap is effective. They're able to get good yardage. Then 1st and 10, they go to the trap again, and he's able to get 4. 2nd and 6, they go to power G. Tavion Grant, he just can't get the edge. The man's fighting for his life in his first playing time of the season. And then 3rd and 7, David DePaul looking for a receiver. He can't find it, so they're off the field. 1st and 10, it's Terrell for Florida Atlantic getting 8 yards. Quarterback trying to scramble. He's able to get a first down. Can Florida Atlantic pull this together? 1st and 10, they go with a bubble screen. He's stopped quickly by Isaac Smith. 2nd and 8, it's the out route. They're able to find the receiver for a first down. 1st and 10, Florida Atlantic spin move. You're not spinning on Isaac Smith. Don't even try it. 2nd and 7, they motion the running back. They go to give to the running back. He gets stopped. It's now 3rd and 5. What is Florida Atlantic going to do? They go the stick and nod concept. They throw it deep down the sideline, and oh, it's a juggling catch. Unbelievable. Hunter Haynes gets another interception. So we're back to Tavion Grant, and he's back doing work. He actually ran the ball decently well out there. They try to run the mesh concept, and unbelievable. The receivers run into each other, so it's not working out effectively. They go deep down the field on 2nd and 10 to Javon Moore, but he's not able to make the catch. And then 3rd and 10, the offense just looks totally out of whack all of a sudden. They're off the field again. So Florida Atlantic, another chance to respond. They try to get some yards through the ground, not there. 2nd and 8, try to get some yards on the ground, not there. 3rd and 7, looking for the crosser. Not able to make the catch. It's Hunter Haynes who makes another big hit. 1st and 10 for Bologna State. What else? It's the trap. It's the only thing that's been effective for them. 1st and 10, they go to run the ball. No, it's a play-action fake, and David DePaul doesn't like what he sees, so he takes off running for 8 yards. 2nd and 2, they go to the power. Tavion Grant. The guy's been all right. 1st and 10, they play action. He just barely squeezes it into the window. It's a heck of a throw there by David DePaul. 1st and 10, looking for a play action. No, this is actually a running play, and it's inside to Tavion. 2nd and 9, it's a play action. They're not able to find Peaks, so it's 3rd and 9. Had everything he wanted on the inside of the field, but he throws it to Ty Hardy. He's not able to make the catch. So it's Estandia coming back out to kick the field goal, 27-10. It's a 3-score game now. We're just in the 4th quarter. Florida Atlantic's got to make a play, and he nearly throws a pick there. I don't know how he didn't catch it. 2nd and 10, he's looking down the field. He throws it away, essentially, hitting the sideline. 3rd and 10. Trying to find an answer. He's got a guy over the middle of the field, so the tight end's able to bail him out of a situation. 9 minutes to go. Can Florida Atlantic get anything on this drive to keep him alive? Almost all backups in the game for Bologna State at this point. Quarterback rolling, rushing, throws the ball away on 2nd and 7. Nothing there. 3rd and 7. He's looking down the field. Tries to hit the corner route. Oh, it's another contested catch. This team's got to work this out before the games get big. 1st and 10, they try to run inside. There's absolutely nothing going there. 2nd and 13, they try to get half of it back to get it down to a 3rd and 8. Can Bologna State get off the field? Yes, they can. But Florida Atlantic's going to go for it on 4th and 8. And what happens here? Another contested catch. Can't make it this time. Bologna State on 1st and 10, they're going play action, and it's Scooter Page. Able to get decent yardage there, and then going back to Tavion Grant on the stretch run. He continues to get solid yardage. The 5th running back. Another jet sweep going to CJ Peaks. He's been coming alive here. Tavion Grant on 2nd and 1 trying to get it, and then on 3rd and inches, they go with the power G, and Tavion Grant is loose again. So at this point, Florida Atlantic's just trying to get out of here, right? It's 34-10. They're throwing it up down the field, and not another interception by guess who? Hunter Haynes. The guy has been a machine roaming the secondary. And then look at this. It's Tavion Grant. I thought he was going to score again. We get it down to 2nd and 4, and it's David DePaul to Javon Moore. I'm telling you, there's some chemistry growing here that's going to impact us later in the year. 1st and 10 for Florida Atlantic. Again, just trying to survive out there. The pass rush, the 3-man guys are able to get there. 2nd and 15, though. Massive deep shot down the field. Florida Atlantic shut the crowd up momentarily on that one. That was pretty legit. Rest of the game, honestly, we just ran the clock out. Ty Hardy is able to get another touchdown on a trap play, 48-17, but it's Tavion Grant. Who in the world? He got 3 touchdowns and 166 rushing yards. And more importantly, Courtney Dembo commits to Bologna State, so we're continuing to build that roster, and Bologna State earns themselves a conference championship bid against Memphis. I will leave you with the season stats for all the Bologna State team members. Thank you again for your support. You all have been absolutely incredible. Please like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you next Tuesday. We're out.